What is up, guys? Welcome to the channel on Auto Addiction. Today we're going to be working on the F250 project, trying to get the headers put in, or at least one side put in tonight, and then might get the other side done. Who knows? It's late at night, so try to get as much done as I can. So try to make it drivable again, and once a new setup comes. So let's get it moved into a bay and get started. Alright guys, we're gonna let it sit there and cool down for a second. Gotta pull it in the bay. Run upstairs right quick and grab one of the headers. Alright guys, so if you checked out my channel before, I think on the cut list update I noted down we got some headers for the truck. So we're gonna be putting them in. Alright guys, so got the truck racked, we're going up with it. So the other night I came up here and knocked the Y pipe and the catalytic converter off of it. So I didn't film that, sorry. Really not too bad, I'll show you guys real quick. So the only thing I did that I think I messed up on and I'll probably have to order the part for is the air injection tube. I had to cut it. So I'll probably have to get a new tube for the air injection, which that one was looking kind of crappy anyways. Plus this will give me a good opportunity to sand down the frame in here, because the catalytic converter sat right there. You can see where I got the rest of the frame, but then you can see where the cat sat. So I'll have to rough that up and then I'll spray that while I got it off. So Y pipe's pretty easy. Just got 2 bolts there, 2 bolts there. One of them broke coming off, so that kind of sucks, but good thing is I'm replacing the manifold with header, so not too worried about it. But so yeah, I already sprayed down all the bolts for the manifold, so hopefully that makes it easier than coming off. Got my wheel off, and then I'm gonna try to get most of those bolts right there, right through the firewall, so, or fender well, firewall. Sorry, again it's late, so try to get to those bolts right there, and then see what we can hammer out. But first I'm gonna get, I don't know if you guys can see, but right up in here there's a tube. Yeah, there's a tube right there that hooks to the back side of the manifold. I think that's for the air injection also. So I'm gonna try to get those 2 bolts out first. That way when we go yanking the manifold out, I don't go pulling on that tube and yanking on that. So that's what I'm gonna get started on first, and then I'll let you guys know how it's going. Alright guys, so here's where I'm at. I got the manifold out. Just a pain in the butt. I ended up taking my shock out, the shock tower, so I get at these bolts right here real easy. I just cleaned up the surfaces that the header mounts to. They say you don't need a gasket because it's, I guess, machined. And then that little guy up there, that pipe, that thing was a pain in the butt. You can't get anything on that top bolt. It was all rusted. So I actually had to air hammer the back side of it off, and broke off the head of the bolt. So it's all prepped. I'm gonna start putting it back together. I already test fitted the header in there once. Dude, it's super tight fit. I already scratched the finish on the one, so kind of bummed about that, but we're gonna keep on trucking, try to get at least this header in so I can get it back on the ground, get it off the lift, because I got work to do tomorrow. So there'll probably be a 2-part video on this, so we'll see. But alright, I'm gonna continue at it. Alright guys, so got the one side in, so at least I can get it off the lift. And so the only thing I have to do is I'm going to get the air ejection pump pipe on. I need a new gasket because I accidentally ripped that one, so whatever, dude, no big deal. But just so you know, I got about 4 hours just on this one side, so looks sick. Drops down below the frame. It looks pretty cool. You'll see the exhaust. So I got it all ceramic coated. I scratched that one a little bit, but whatever. So alright dude, this is gonna be part 1 Gonna check out part 2, get the other side in, but just gonna end this today. See you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching parts 1 of the Banks power system install on the 7.5 liter 460 OBS. Guys, got any questions, drop them below. Right, so y'all bear with me, I didn't make 2 parts. Figured I was starting to edit and I was like, dude, I'll just make it 1 video. So here's what we got going on. Doing the driver's side header. Trying to get the stock manifold off. And you got the steering linkage right in the way, so just like the other side, found it's easier just to unbolt the the shock mount. Makes it a little easier, you got more room because it comes up right here, so at least you can get to these bolts back here, the 2 front bolts. And then, sorry y'all, trying to get some light in here so I can show you. But that way you can get to those 2 bolts in the front of the manifold. And then I already got the 1 EGR pipe off. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. So I got that EGR pipe, and then there's another pipe that's right there. So that one I'm still soaking, trying to get it to break loose, but slowly working at it. So I'm gonna get the rest of the heat shield off for those plugs, and then yeah, so we're gonna continue at it. So we got another bolt up in there. So one thing I found, if you guys are doing it, it's a 9/16. If you got a swivel, and then a couple extensions, you can get through most of them through the fender well. Saves a lot because there's not a lot of room right here, because you got a cross member that comes across in order to break them loose. So that's what I found on this side, that's easiest. So we're gonna continue at it on the driver's side, and then I'll make 1 video for y'all. So win-win. But passenger side one, you guys are scanning through my video, just like most of y'all do, instead of watching it all the way through. There's the passenger side one looking nice. See where I scratched it right there? So do yourself a favor, we got something that's coated, and lay a bunch of rags in here on the frame, which I'm going to do on that side. So when you slide it in, it's super tight and it doesn't rub your frame and put a nick in it like I did. So learn from my mistakes. But it looks nice. Hangs down not super low, but low enough below the frame where you're definitely going to see it. So pretty sweet. So yeah, man, I'm stoked. So I still gotta tighten up like the fender liner on this side, but whatever, dude, it's been a long week. So I'm gonna keep at it. Got the tunage up, cranking up the radio. Shop's empty, so just me here at night. Said, man, just trying to set an example for my kids. If you want something, you gotta work for it and get it done. So that's what we're gonna try to do. So be back with you guys in a minute. Alright guys, so we got the exhaust manifold out of the truck. Check it out right here. So see a big difference between this one and the new Banks header. So you can imagine the flow is going to be a lot better. This kit from Banks, they say it's supposed to dyno about 60 horsepower and about 90 foot-pounds of torque. So it should really wake up the 460, and we'll see how it goes, dude. So now what you have to do is, let me show you guys. All right, so now what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to clean the mating surface on the head, especially if you got a lot of, just light surface rust. Clean those up. We will replace the spark plugs and stuff on it, so they look pretty bad. So we're gonna get those replaced. And then this hose, you can see back here, couldn't get the hose off. So I ended up cutting the side that's on the manifold itself. And then we should be able to unscrew it from the hose that goes up. So, show you guys what it looks like. Basically, I just cut the plug off the back side of it because you got a new flange on the back side of the header, so you got your new ports. So figured that was the safest thing to cut. That's what we did. So I'm gonna get these cleaned up and then get back to work here. So show you guys once I get it in. And the other thing is, since these bolt holes are pretty old, and they'll probably have surface rust and stuff in them, what I had to do on the other side, once I got the header in there, I couldn't get the bolts to thread in. So first thing I did was take a bolt and trace all the threads on the actual, or trace all the threads on the bolt with a nut that came out, just to make sure the threads are nice and clean. And then put a bunch of anti-rust in the bolt holes, let that soak, run the old bolts in and out, and then I've sprayed a bunch of brake clean in there to flush them out, and then sprayed compressor air in there to flush out the threads. So a lot of stuff you don't find on these 460s, so just trying to give you guys some hints of what I did on this side. So I'm gonna get to work doing that, and then show you guys once I get the other one in place. Alright guys, so it's next morning. I got the other header in, so shop's in full effect, so please excuse the background noise, but got the other header in, looking nice. One of the things, I had to get to most of these bolts from the top with a long wrench. There's not a lot of room to turn them. They're little 10 millimeter, like 12 point bolts. And then do yourself a favor, when you're on this one back here, make sure you tighten them all equally all the way down. I made the mistake of tightening them kind of just going down, and by the time you get to like this one right here, you can't get a wrench in it because the bolt sticks out too close to the tube. So then I had to loosen them all back up and then go back at it. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm looking into deleting the EGR, so you guys stay tuned on that. We're probably gonna delete the EGR and delete the air pump, so I'll do a video on that if I end up doing that on the truck. But yeah, it's the next day. I was here till like 2-3 in the morning, so sorry I forgot to video the last part of putting the driver's side one in. And yeah, it was super fun, but let me crank it up since you guys are so patient with me. You guys can hear what this thing sounds like with open headers. So see him hanging down underneath there, right there. Fire it up. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that video of the Banks header installation. We will be getting the exhaust put on. I'll do a video on that. And then like I said, I'm looking into deleting the EGR and the air injection pump. So I just emailed a couple companies on that, and then we'll get the 460 rocking and rolling. So I'll also do a video whenever I put the plugs, the wires, do the tune-up on it, and do the timing. So y'all stay tuned, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. I know you guys are glad to see the F250 back on it, and then should have a new setup coming for wheels too, so we'll get it back on the road. So pretty stoked. You guys stay good, and we'll see you on the next video.